I think any Florida State player would tell you that the Florida State-Miami game is like one. I mean, it's a moment in time that you'll always remember. We love playing Florida, but it's nothing like playing Hurricanes and playing Miami. We felt so similar in nature and personalities that it was kind of like you was playing your brother, your stepbrother, or your cousin. So I remember the weeks we used to play Phil Collins in the what is that? It's in the heat of the night or something like that. We used to play all week and before the game, and it's just the intensity that came with the Florida State Miami game. It was amazing, and as a player, you just had to be a part of that. You just really wanted to play, and it's one of those things that I talk to ex-Miami players and even Florida State players. We can remember almost every play of that game and who won when and the records. It's such a big deal when you go to Florida State to play against Miami.
One of the biggest memories playing football was the Friday nights before the game. They was very inspirational. All the guys was together. We ate together. We watched movies together. We laughed together. We cut each other hair. And we also lift weights because we wanted to have big arms for the TV games. One big milestone is when I became the all-time leading rusher, October 24th, 1998. I became the all-time leading rusher at Kansas State. And on the first carry, I needed 3 yards to get the record. I thought I broke the record, but I only gained 2 yards, and I was celebrating before time. So coach said, "You didn't break the record." I said, "I did." So he sent me back in, and I ran another play and gained 5 yards, and I became the all-time leading rusher at Kansas State. I became team captain, I think the beginning of my junior year. I became team captain, so I was two-time captain at Kansas State. And it was a great opportunity, and it was a great job for me because it was a leadership role that, a lot of people could never have, and I took it seriously.
I remember playing against the Auburn Tigers. This was a special game because I got a chance to play against some ex-teammates from high school. They were actually some of my mentors who I really looked up to. Guys like Frank Sanders and James Bostic, Calvin Jackson, Brian Robinson, and even Otis Mounds. They all played for the Auburn Tigers, and that year the Gators were #1 for the first time ever. And I can recall that during that game, Auburn was winning, but we had scored, and we were changing the momentum around. And I can recall kickoff right after they scored, and Frank Sanders was the return man. And all I ever wanted to do was make an impact for that game to show those guys that my decision with coming to Florida was a good decision. And I didn't want to go to Auburn to, follow them. But it was our time to shine. We were #1 in the nation, and we were on the move in the swamp. And I can remember it like yesterday. Shane Edge kicked the kickoff, and Frank Sanders caught the return. And I can remember coming down full speed. We were crazy. The kickoff team for Florida Gators was crazy, man. We used to run down like wild dogs. And I can remember coming off a block, and Frank Sanders was making his move. And as I came off that block, I remember hitting Frank so hard to the point where he did a 360, and I could hear the crowd. And I swear, after that, I don't remember too much of anything. I don't even think we got the ball back, but I know that was one of the biggest moments of my life at the University of Florida. And it was also inspirational to come back and play against some of my mentors from Dillard High School. Pat Lowe, NCRA Sports, Kings of the Ring.